Hi, in this video I would like to present to you a few definitions for the term antisemitism and to explain some of the challenges they face. The term antisemitism is quite new and was coined by a German journalist at the end of the 19th century. This doesn't mean that antisemitism was created at that time, but only the term, and the term in itself has a couple of problems too. Problem 1. There is a large body of Semitic, anti-Semitic, non-Jewish people, primarily in the Middle East, which creates the oxymoron of Semitic people being anti-Semitic. Problem 2. On 2 occasions, a large body of Jews were exiled from Israel, dispersed across the globe, and intermarried with other races. Although they remained Jewish, they were no longer Semitic. And today, Jews encompass all races around the globe. You can see in the slide here 3 definitions for the term antisemitism from 3 credible sources that are slightly different from each other in their wording, but in essence, they say the same thing. One thing I would like to bring to your attention is the agreement among them that antisemitism is not limited to acts of violence and discrimination against Jews as often seen from the legal perspective. Antisemitism is also, and more so, one's own perception, belief, or feeling. This is important to notice because there are by far more people who feel, believe, or perceive Jews as objects of hatred, who don't commit violent hate crimes, but still present a grave problem for Jewish life. Defining antisemitism runs along other challenges, such as legalization, justification, and normalization. A statement such as, "They have the right to hate you," said by the executive director of an art museum in San Diego, most likely breaks every ethical code of any democratic society. Yet, it is completely legal, and she can happily spread anti-Semitic poison from her legal safe haven. Justifying antisemitism by some misconception makes it appear right when it's not. The program manager at the same museum once said, "You, as a Jew, are very powerful, which is why everybody is afraid of you." This statement expressed fear more than hatred that qualifies as Judeophobia, which is somewhat different and somewhat similar to antisemitism. Next to the challenges of legalization and justification, once something is normalized, it is considered to be a positive thing. The human resources representative of the same art museum once said that antisemitism is a part of the community diversity that members of the community have to embrace. I grant her that antisemitism became an unfortunate part of the general community, and that many Jews learn to live with it, but I can't count hatred as a value of diversity. The whole point of embracing diversity is to foster fondness of each other, not hatred, when antisemitism is all about hatred. The head of the board of trustees of the same museum defended her position by asserting that the museum follows general social standards, meaning that if antisemitism is acceptable in the general community, it must also be so within the community of the museum. His logic loses me somewhere in the middle, but even if I can manage to unravel his logic of embracing hatred in the name of diversity, it still has to find its way to the definition of antisemitism. The vertical spectrum you see here in the middle of the slide is between zero antisemitism on the bottom and violent antisemitism on the top. As you can see here, antisemitism has a wide span between the two poles that is challenging to incorporate into any one definition. There are two important things to understand about this spectrum. One, no one enters it from the middle. And two, no one is born hateful. All anti-Semitic people started from zero and then escalated in different speeds to different levels along the spectrum. There are people who stopped escalating at covert naive, others at overt naive or covert nefarious, and there are some that escalated all the way to the top to the radical level of overt nefarious. It is possible that in order to contribute to the efforts of halting the escalation of anti-Semitism and even reducing it, it is important that as many people as possible become aware of the wide span of anti-Semitism, which cannot be narrowed down into any one single definition. If you didn't know, now you know. Bye.